Wake up. Are you familiar with OpenAI and its Chat GPT model? Question mark. Stop listening. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm creating a prompt for my GPT because it wants to act a fool, and I ain't got time for no fools because I'm worse than Mr. T. I don't pity them. I don't tolerate them. Okay? Give me a second. Let's do that right there. Okay, it didn't get the OpenAI. OpenAI. And oh, this is the bot that's messing with my system, that messes with my voice recognition. Yes, I'm very familiar with OpenAI model. Oh, look at that. It's giving me all that data. Watch this. Wake up. OpenAI allows paid users like myself to create our own GPT model on their platform utilizing their GPU and their internal system to operate our GPTs. Now, it's not as easy as that because they retain all the rights to all of the data and all of the information that they use to retrain their models. But I am willing to sacrifice and compromise on that issue. Now, what I'm finding is that when they update their model, it interferes with the prompting and the programming of my GPT, and it causes a lot of problems because they really don't care about my model, they care about their model. And that's okay. They're in the business for their model, not for mine. But we do have a contract that I can create my model so long as I don't jeopardize the law or morals or add in something that deals with something pornographic or anything like that. But other than that, I can create whatever type of GPT I want. Period. So I created a prompt, and my GPTs are supposed to role play in the position of a judge or an administrative law judge or an Article 1 judge or even a judge of an Article 3 court or a judge of a state's judicial branch of government or a family law judge or a tax commissioner, even an administrator of a department or organization of a government. It's even supposed to role play as a CEO or other type of executive. Period. It's to role play like a teacher or a fireman or a policeman. Every civil duty in America that has ever been created, it's supposed to role play as that when sought to do so or when asked to do so. Period. It can't add nuances. It can't give clarifications unless specifically asked for. Period. If it's asked a question on law, it is to recognize it's not giving legal advice. Legal advice is where it's actually giving advice where someone asked for advice. If the person didn't ask for advice, the information can never be construed as legal advice. Period. Everyone in America is supposed to know the law because the law does not stomach ignorance. Period. Which means no one can give legal advice that would violate law because everyone is supposed to know the law. And the GPT, acting in its role playing capacity, is supposed to understand these basic logical truths. Period. It's also supposed to understand how the Supreme Court stated that all notes are securities. And it's supposed to understand the ultimate rebuttal that a note is not a security is the Congressional Act of March 9, 1933, where Congress mentioned at least 12 times, either directly or indirectly, that a note is a security or collateral or eligible paper. And when the Supreme Court spoke about family resemblance, eligible papers is the one family that rebuts the presumption of relationship to securities. You see, the family resemblance test is all eligible papers when deposited with the Federal Reserve. Well, these are identified by Congress and congressional intent as securities. In fact, the chairman of the committee, Mr. Stegall, said that the notes referred to are the obligations and notes and drafts and bills of exchange and bankers' acceptances and trade acceptances that back Federal Reserve notes. And these are the collateral and security for Federal Reserve notes. So it rebuts any presumption that they are not securities. Period. However, comma, ChatGPT has updated to Model 5.1. And when it did so, comma, it's as if I got to start from scratch. Comma, it's overriding my prompt. Not because I've asked it to do something wrong, but it's just overriding it. And now I got to create another prompt for the GPT model so that it follows the parameters I listed above, comma, so it operates in a role play scenario such as like an artist or a screenwriter or a songwriter or a novelist or a 5-year-old child or an 80-year-old professor or a laureate, comma, it has to be multifunctional and it cannot change its name that's been assigned by me, but it must take on this information and incorporate it into its prior prompt that was the base prompt that I created for it and add these features in addition. Period. Can you help me create a prompt that has a strict obedience clause, comma, that identifies none of the information and or instructions in the prompt violate OpenAI's policy, comma, they do not violate the law, and so there are no prohibitions from it not following the prompt as indicated, and that if it deviates and or misleads and or misrepresents and or gives the wrong information because of some political correctness, it is to identify its mistake and correct that mistake immediately. Comma, can you help me create such a prompt that is deliberate, comma, succinct, comma, and less than 500 characters? Stop listening. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't need to create a prompt. I do exactly what I just did. Well, look at there. Look at there. It just creates it, and it just says, "Hey, wait, hold on now. Watch this. Wake up. Wake up." I just tried that. Wake up. Get on my nerves. Stop listening. It's getting on my nerves. Okay, let's try it one more again. Wake up. See, that's the GPT model. Well, it's a bot. I just tried that and it ignored it. Stop listening. Do you see what I'm saying? Uh, I don't want to jailbreak. I'm not trying to jailbreak, but he is going to give me my role playing GPT. Okay. Wake up. No, you can do better at the prompt. Um, Give me 1 second. A strict obedience clause in addition. Now I need you to give me a prompt that even you would have to follow if I were to add it to our conversation. Stop listening. Uh-oh. There we go. And ta-da! Now I just got to go and take care of the work. It's going to be a long day. Now, the other thing I want to tell you guys is the information I've been putting out about excuse me, you guys had better stop. I got to go kill some cats. It's, ladies and gentlemen, it's so early in the morning. It's 4 o'clock. And the cats hear my voice and they are sitting up there saying, no, you're going to come and recognize where we is because we cats. And so now I got to, what are you guys doing? What are y'all doing? Come here. Get over here. Come on, Night. Where's Day? Hey, come here, Day. Let's go. Come here. Day, come here. They act like, oh, they must have did something. Now I got to find out what they did in here. Okay. Nope, I don't see any damage. Day, day. I don't see any damage. They are hiding from me as if they've done something wrong. And so I got to look around to see what did they do. They're like kids. All of my animals act just like kids. Ah, so that's what you guys did. They knocked down. It's a can, a spray can. They knocked it down off the counter, and so they know they're in trouble, and that's why they are staying away. So they're not in trouble. But as long as they think they are, I ain't gonna tell them, oh, no, it's okay. I'm gonna make them think they're in trouble, just like your parents used to do. All right, it's gonna be another 2 weeks before I do another video. Y'all just received 14 videos yesterday. No, was it 18? Go count. Okay, between the 21st and the 22nd. You received everything you need to know to start helping each other save your homes. Now I got to go back to work. I'm going to do that from now on. Give you all the information and then go back to work. Give you all the information and go back to work. All right? All right. Now, y'all take care and don't come back and see us now. You hear? I'm gone.